Coffee. Chances are, if you're watching this, that you have tried it at some point in your life. It's a staple drink around the globe, and for the inhabitants of Chennai, it is the go-to choice of drink. One type of coffee in particular, filter coffee, is a brew you would be hard-pressed to miss in the city. That being said, for every person that drinks the beverage, there is someone who is bad at making it. Fear not though, as true connoisseurs and roast masters are easy to find, especially in Mylapore. The brew room in Mylapore's Savera Hotel embodies a newer, more Western approach to preparing and serving coffee. Methods from all across the world that require expensive equipment, specific brewing temperatures, and a trained hand are the input for many different types of coffee preparations. A couple of cups of coffee here will set you back around 300 rupees, but trained baristas and pristine ambience in a hotel probably have something to do with that. Being served a specific preparation is only one of the ways that you can obtain coffee in Mylapore though. Not too far from the brew room, near the Kapaleshwar temple, is a whole different culture. In this part of Mylapore, the two things you find everywhere are God and coffee. Both of these are integral for the area's inhabitants, well, one group at least. A short walk from the temple leads to one of Chennai's oldest homegrown coffee services. The Geeta Coffee premises is a roastery, grinder, and head office all at once. And despite its small size, the proprietor of the business, Chakravarti, will have you know it's serious work they do here to ensure quality product. They're responsible for making sure that your coffee goes from an undrinkable, ungrindable mess to roasted goodness. Ask for credentials and Chakravarti will tell you no more than
கிட்டத்தட்ட 1971 இந்த காபி பிசினஸ்ல இருக்கிறேன். பிசினஸ் பண்றோம்.
Geeta Coffee source their beans specifically from Mysore, and depending on who's buying, add chicory, an ingredient meant to make the coffee stronger. With how involved a process brewing filter coffee is, it takes hours for the decoction to brew. It is only natural that tweaking the blend to your liking is important. This belief, coupled with the quality of the coffee, has earned them customers who have been around for decades.
For 1979 onwards, I am buying only Geeta coffee. Now my in-laws they are using Geeta coffee. My son's mother-in-law is working in Provident, Chennai. She has been transferred from Trichy. Then she is also using this coffee. She is also addicted of this coffee.
Mylapore's obsession with filter coffee is fairly evident. From filter coffee serving franchises named after the place to the variety of brands that sell coffee there, the tradition of making filter coffee runs strong. The reasons for this are rooted in coffee's history as a signifier of caste and class. Take a look at this scroll.in video about coffee's history.
By the 20th century, however, the appropriation of coffee by the Tamil Brahmins was complete and it became a marker of high class. Tea, which could be brewed in water, was reserved for the working classes, while coffee brewed in milk, an expensive item, was the preserve of the elites.
As time passed, filter coffee's relation with caste and class changed. Today, filter coffee purists who shun the more accessible instant coffee will cite its weak taste as their reason for doing so. But you can still see notions of caste and class attached to filter coffee and Mylapore.
ஏரியா பொறுத்த மட்டும் இன்ஸ்டன்ட் காஃபி எதுவும் ப்ராப்ளமே கிடையாது. ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம் கிடையாது. மற்ற ஏரியாவில் எப்படின்னு தெரியல. இன்ஸ்டன்ட் காஃபி வந்தவுடனே ஃபில்டர் காஃபி கொஞ்சம் இதாகிடுச்சு. ஆனால் நம்ம ஏரியா பொறுத்த மட்டும் எல்லாம் ஃபில்டர் காஃபி தான் சாப்பிடுவாங்க தவிர இன்ஸ்டன்ட் காஃபி யாரும் யூஸ் பண்ணுறதில்ல. இங்கெல்லாம் பிராமின் ஏரியா ஃபுல்லாக அவங்களுக்கு ஒன்லி ஃபில்டர் காஃபி தான். ஒன்லி ஃபில்டர் காஃபி.
Mylapore stands as a haven of tradition in Chennai's rapidly gentrifying landscape. Some of these traditions, rooted in exclusionary practices, have changed or died out, but some still persist. Coffee's relationship with the city says a lot about where things stand. While on the face of it, coffee is more accessible than ever before, and there are more ways to brew it than before, exclusion is still easy enough to find. For those that can't afford filter coffee or brew it, the world of choice when it comes to coffee is limited to one option: instant coffee.